Good morning, everyone. Uh, Before I begin a chapter, let me just ask you a few questions. Okay, now when you're watching a cricket match, after every over, what annoys you the most after every over?
Ma'am, ads.
Yeah, the ads. And then what are the basically those ads of?
Ma'am, advertising.
Advertising, yes. So what do these advertisements or advertising do? What do they do? Any product that you buy, it is seen on the ad and you look forward for buying it, isn't it? On a
Yes,
road
ma'am.
when you're walking or when you're driving, there are a number of hoards and banners. Now what are they? What are these? These are also called advertisements. Okay, they are also giving you, advertising you, and showing off the popularity, the product, so that it turns out to be more attractive to you and you start buying it. Okay, so our today's chapter is something like this only, which is very very interesting because we know already about advertising. Now firstly, before we begin with the chapter, we need to know what does this word advertising means. So let us just go through it. What is advertising? And before that, can you see the side picture? There's a side picture here. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this is an advertisement, right? So here, when we talk of the definition of the word advertisement is taken from the Latin advert, which means to turn. That and now what does to turn means? That means to turn and give a second look. You see a number of things, but what makes that particular product attractive? Maybe there was a Spider-Man in it, so you liked it. Or maybe you saw Superman doing that ad, so you liked it. Children get very attracted by chocolates and baby cartoons, etc. So they use those kind of techniques so that they can attract the crowd to buy their product. Okay, so advertising calls attention of the audience. The basic thing is attention. You need to have the attentions of the audience, and the purpose of advertising is usually it is to tell the people to share upon information to sell something. So now their main aim of advertising is to attract people's attention and to advertise it so that it is more and more sold. Once anything is popular, you tend to buy that thing, isn't it? One of your superheroes, one of your heroes in the movie, your favorite hero is doing that ad, and you tend to buy it. Okay, since he is in this ad, I'm going to definitely try that, isn't it? Now, advertising is a unique way of communication anticipated towards convenience consumers to to react in a positive way towards a product, service, or idea. The objectives of advertising is to influence the audience to buy something, to think sound of sound of something, and to ask that they get a particular action. Successful advertising is based on some easy strategies or formulas. Now, what are those? Advertising is the name given to the process of commercial promotion of goods and services in order to increase its sale. Now, any product which is to be put on to sale, which is to be sold in a large quantity and is to make popular, those we put up in service for advertising. Advertising can be done by means of a number of mediums like television, newspaper, wall paintings, billboards, magazines, internet. You all must have seen in all these places how advertising has been very, very useful. Now, by the word of mouth and in other ways also. By a word of mouth means by supposing I like a particular product, I tell you, And you also say, okay, ma'am is saying, so that means it must be good. Let me try it out. So it is through word of mouth that it spreads also. Okay. Then it is telling you that, mm, um, and in many other ways, then advertising informs the buyers about the availability a certain product of a certain product or service in the market and encourages them to buy it. So it is the product is available, we come to know, and it is available for buying also. So the consumer can make the maximum use of the product which is in sale. Okay. Now, objectives of advertising. What is the main objective of any advertisement that you see? The primary motive of advertising is to notify, is to tell you. So please underline the term notify. That means to make you aware. Promoting sales is the most important motive of a large enterprise. That means you have to, any product which is built in, which is produced in a bulk, is to be put on sale. So the sale has to be motivated. One should be aware कि अच्छा market में ये चीज है. So how will they know? It is only through advertising. It adopts various methods to attract consumers to buy more and more products manufactured by it. Advertising is one method whereby this goal is achieved. So it is through, the primary goal is the advertisement. It is only through advertisement, through proclaiming to the world that the product is available, that they make it available for sale. The main objectives of advertising are increase the usage of a certain product and hence acquiring more orders. That means the sale of that object or the product is increased only after the demand is there. And how can the demand be created? By creating awareness among people. And how can awareness be created? It is through advertising. Then coming on to the next jota, it says creating new customers and increasing brand recognition. You are advertising helps in creating new customers, and also the brand name also gets very popped up once you are aware of it. Like example for see, for Parle G, a biscuit which has a girl, baby girl in as a motive on it. So there are certain taglines also. So all these help in advertising and asking the customers to increase in number, and the brand name Parle is also now very popular. Now, to obtain feedback from customers regarding a certain product. Now, once you buy a certain product, obviously they ask you for a feedback. That means they give you a chance where you can reply back how the things were. Especially now on internet, it is available as a feedback. A certain booklet kind of a questionnaire comes. Then to indicate introduction of new products or replacement of old ones. Now the advertisements also show the changes. That means if any product is changing its name or is merging with another, so all that is made available, made aware. Like earlier, IPL matches were held by Vivo. Now they are held by Tata. So Vivo has been replaced by Tata company. So all this is shown, because if there is any change in the product's name or the one who is sponsoring a particular program, then all this has to be advertised. People should be aware of it. Okay. So advertising can be made artfully. Now that means in a very beautiful way. By advertising, you have to give some money to the media. In present times, when the competition is very tough, with the various brands struggling to capture the consumer's attention, advertising serves to create or generate a demand for the product it aims at certain creating a market for. So it has to be very apt and very hand to hand. Because of the growing competition, there's a struggle. Whoever captures the market more beautifully, more attractively, who's casting the latest hero and who's just relying on a very old way of advertising. So all these advertisements have either the popular people in it, or the popular brand name is highlighted, or something attractive cartoon is placed, or beautiful and flashy colors are used. So all these ways attract the consumers, and they increase the productivity by taking that product, opting that product more and more. Then what are the advantages of advertising? Advertising has a number of uses. Apart from promoting commercial goods, advertising can also be used to educate and motivate the public about non-commercial issues such as AIDS, deforestation, family planning, etc. Now, it is not just the products which are advertised, but many a times the health programs are also advertised so that people are aware about the basic problems. They are not commercially important. Commercially means from the point of view of buying and selling, or money matters, but also awareness. Like supposing when we talk of vaccination, nowadays you see on the TV how they make you aware about the second dose of vaccination is compulsory. Now the children's vaccination has come, so even that has to be used. Then programs on AIDS, deforestation, family planning, all these issues are highlighted through advertising. It is a powerful media which is capable of reaching to the far out masses. Now, media is the only way which reaches to the masses in large number. So, the presence of and use of media has been a very helpful way of advertising. Nowadays, we find many ads on the internet also. Now, ads are is a short form of advertising, and you all must have seen. You open any app, you will see number of products on sale, ads coming and popping up on the screen and showing you to look at them and be aware. Now, these ads in most cases have been successful in connecting the user with the information he requires. So, many a times, the user, whatever information he needs, the ad gives them the complete information. That means they give all in all requirement which is needed to prevent complete commercialization of electronic media. Some countries have made it mandatory for broadcasters to air some advertisements related to consumer interests. Consumer interests means the things which are needed the most by consumers, like for gas, the gas connection, how can you attain that? Like for farming techniques, which pesticides, insecticides you should use. So all these advertisements are compulsory, they are mandatory. These public advertisements educate people of that country on a number of social and moral issues. Not only just advertising for a product, but they also make people aware about the social and moral issues. Okay, so all this is the advantage. Then we go on to this small little box here. Advertising gives customers something that is worth remembering. Frequency of reception is crucial. That is, how many times you have shown your advertisement to the audience to remember it is important. Now you see that repeatedly they show you a number of times the ads after every regular interval. Now when you see the ad repetitively, once you miss, twice you miss, but after a time comes when you just have a glance of the ad and the advertisement gets noticed by you. So it is the number of times it is repeated which makes a difference. I stop this recording here. Now I come